never heard of these movies. Let's fix that. Here are my top 10 most anticipated movies of November 2025. Now, obviously, I'm looking forward to Wicked for Good. Now you see me, now you don't. Wake Up Dead Man. But you come to this channel for the movies that you didn't even know existed and that you wish Hollywood told you about. So let's get into them. On November 7th, we get Predator Badlands. I know, I'm diving right into franchise territory, but it feels like people don't know what Predator is up to, which is a shame because Predator is exploring in some really interesting ways. Earlier this year, Predator Killer of Killers brought us an animated Predator movie and an anthology film and a movie set in the past as we saw Predators fight a Viking war chief, an Edo period samurai, and a World War I fighter pilot. Is it Edo period? I'm not sure. I should go look that up someday.
Edo.
But for right now, we get to go to the future. And we get to go to the stars. And this one is from the POV of a predator who's getting hunted down. And this one crosses over with Alien again, because the other main character is a Weyland-Yutani synthetic who teams up with the Predator. This franchise is going in such cool directions. And I wish Final Destination would explore its premise this much, because it's one of my favorite horror franchises and does such interesting ideas. But Final Destination seems so uninterested in exploring those ideas. Every movie has just been a remake of all the others. Anyway, Predator Badlands stars Elle Fanning as the synthete and is directed by Dan Trachtenberg in his third Predator film in a row after Predator Killer of Killers and Prey. You might also know him for directing 10 Cloverfield Lane and the playtest episode of Black Mirror. Now that I've spent a full minute talking about one movie, let's talk about In Your Dreams. It's an animated movie about two kids who travel to the world of dreams to ask the Sandman to grant their wish. Please, save our parents' marriage. It features the voice talents of Simu Liu, Kristen Milotti, and Sungwon Cho, and it's animated by some Pixar alumni, and it comes to Netflix November 7th. The Running Man is about a nightmare game show where a lone man is running away from a team of assassins assigned to track him down and kill him. He has only one rule: stay alive. 30 days, $1 billion. It stars Glenn Powell, Josh Brolin, Coleman Domingo, Lee Pace, Amelia Jones, and William H. Macy. But what excites me about this the most isn't that it's a remake of the 80s Running Man film. I haven't seen the 80s Running Man film. What excites me about this is that Edgar Wright is directing it, and he's co-writing it with Michael Bacall, the co-writer of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I don't think I've ever disliked an Edgar Wright movie. I've seen everything from A Fistful of Fingers, his first feature that he directed while he was in high school with his just high school buddies when he didn't know how to run sound or how to do lighting, to I really liked Last Night in Soho. Gosh, that was good. I'm also excited for The Running Man because this is our 5th dystopian game show in a movie this year, and our 5th Stephen King adaptation this year. And our 12th movie with the word man in the title. Don't worry, we will have an entire Silly Awards show at the end of the year. And if you want to vote on the awards, join my Discord server. The link is in the thing. Keeper is a horror movie from Oz Perkins, director of Long Legs and the Monkey, coming November 7th. It's about a couple on an anniversary cabin trip, but when she's alone in the cabin, an evil entity unveils the cabin's secrets. As much as I did enjoy The Monkey, gosh, I love The Monkey, I'm mostly excited for it because Wikipedia describes it as a surrealist horror film, and I could always use more surrealism in my life. I'm really looking forward to a movie that leans so much into surrealism that is the genre. Now, I can't not talk about eternity. See, I was raised Mormon, and this film matches the theology shockingly well. It's about a dead woman, played by Elizabeth Olsen, who needs to decide whether to spend eternity with her first husband, who died in the war, played by Callum Turner, or the man she built her life with, played by Miles Teller. Eternal marriage is fundamental to the doctrine of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. That's why all those temples exist, to seal people for time and all eternity. But in Mormon doctrine, women only get to spend their eternity with one husband. Even if she became a widow and got remarried, she has to get unsealed to one of her husbands. But for some reason, men can be sealed to more than one woman? I don't entirely understand, and I don't need to, because I left the church 3 years ago. This isn't my church anymore. But it is so shockingly accurate that after this and Heretic, I'm starting to think that A24 has somebody who left the church and just really wants to spill all the secrets. Eternity also features Divine Joy Randolph as the main woman's afterlife coordinator, which isn't specifically in Mormon doctrine, but for all I know, it might be a thing. It comes to theaters November 2nd. 27th. Whew, we're finally on November 14th. Trap House is an action movie about an undercover agent and his partner playing a game of cat and mouse with their own children who are using their parents' tactics and intel to rob a dangerous cartel. It stars Dave Bautista and features Bobby Cannavale. Argo is a French anime that asks, who will I find at the end of the rainbow? It's about a time traveler from the year 2932 who hitches a ride on a rainbow for his first flight through time, only to crash land in the year 2075. I love the idea that somebody from the future isn't landing in our present. He's still landing in some form of a future, just a less future-y future. The English version features the voice talents of Natalie Portman, Will Ferrell, who has more than proved himself as a voice actor, America Ferrera, Flea, Mark Ruffalo, and Andy Samberg. The French version is already out, and Neon will release it in the States November 14th. Rental Family is a Japanese-American dramedy starring Brendan Fraser.
I'm Brendan Fraser. That's Fraser, not Frasier. If you say Frasier, I know where you live.
As an American actor who starts working for a Japanese rental family service to play stand-in roles in other people's lives. Along the way, he finds surprising connections and unexpected joys within his new family. It co-stars Takehiro Hira and comes out November 21st. Zootopia 2 is coming to theaters November 26th. It's about Nick and Judy going undercover in a new part of town to uncover a trail left by the first reptile in Zootopia. It reunites the voice talents of Jennifer Goodwin, Jason Bateman, Idris Elba, Shakira, Bonnie Hunt, Jenny Slate, and Alan Tudyk, and adds in Ki-Hee Kwan, Patrick Warburton, Andy Samberg, Macaulay Culkin, and Brenda Song. I know it's part of a franchise, but I've heard so little about it that I'm not sure if people know it exists. And on November 26th, we get our second Christmas heist movie this year, Jingle Bell Heist. It's a rom-com about two thieves who realize they're robbing the same store at Christmas. And I have a question. How is this not titled The Theft of the Magi? What are you looking forward to? Follow me on YouTube and Blue Sky at Movies and Heists for more movie love. You can get these videos a week early and help fund my movie at patreon.com/moviesandheists. Special thanks to these patrons for helping to fund my movie.